Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new moon reading. My name is Luz, and I'll be shuffling today for an update of the energetic downloads of what's going on right now. So glad to be able to channel and be able to tap into this fiery energy that I carry excessively. Therefore, there's a need to communicate it, to express it. And I think a lot is coming through about that, exactly about expressing whatever we need to express. After this weekend, for example, if you're just feeling like you need to tell someone something that you've been wanting to tell them, maybe just even, like really how you feel about them and stuff. Um, I think this is the moment around to think about what you're gonna say to them, maybe how much you appreciate them, etc. But let's shuffle for what's going on this new moon and also solar eclipse. Solar eclipse. What's going on? Hearing that song, like, what is going on? Like, you're definitely having to discover some things around this eclipse, things I already suspect, but that you think are not that much clear. Okay. Whew. We have the harmonic flight. We move this a little bit up because I don't have that much space for the other cards. Harmonic flight. I know it's a lot about balance, so maybe just your balance with your masculine and feminine, a lot of balance of that. um I think also like what you want to say with what you feel, that's what's coming through as well. Let's read a little bit of that one. Seeing the divine in the eyes of another, relationships with deep bonds, karmic connection, clearing illusory projections, life changing connection, transmuting dissonance, removing heart armor, being seen, teamwork. The powerful image represents the divine we see when we look deeply into the eyes of another and our armor drops. When we meet another being present in the moment with no stories, judgments, or insecurities. I feel a little overwhelmed and intimidated when I painted this card. I wasn't quite ready or didn't fully fathom the message. Then, some months later, I experienced it when I was looking into the eyes of my beloved. Shortly after, I encountered the divine in the eyes of a stranger when space was held for this surrender openness. When we see the person standing before us as the gods and goddesses they are, it is a reminder that we are what we perceive in others, but also we drop into the mindless space of pure essence. We might see the world, seeing us, seeing them, seeing the infinite, eternal, allowing all that is. Many people are seeking their twin flame as a life changing, world rocking, and fundamentally beautiful finding this soul can be. It is quite possibly one of the most intensely confronting, trigger provoking, and sometimes painful connections we can have. Those are most those who are most dear to us can bring us to our greatest growth. That is why spending extended periods with our family can be challenging. Yeah, I think that it's something that you're having to express. So this could be with a loved one, this could be with your partner, romantic partner, or even with a friend, But I think for a lot of you, it's gonna be like about speaking this to someone that you just care about. It could be some coworker. It can be maybe your own employees, depending on your lifestyle and situation. It can be your neighbor. It can be anything really. Um, okay. I heard this specifically for someone here. Your doctor. You do need to talk about what you're feeling to your doctor, or like for something you're being treated as. um there's ways of communicating your needs, okay, without sounding maybe ungrateful or maybe too skeptical. There's ways of communicating this and actually bringing into balance what you feel and when you think, and being able to say it, because I feel like sometimes, like it says in the book, you have to perceive that these people are going to understand, just as much as you understand, or you would understand them, or just as much as you keeping some things to yourself is you understanding them, and how that can maybe bring a little bit of conflict. Yeah. Mm, yeah, definitely the throat energy right now coming out as like, okay, you are like kind of wanting to burp out some truth that you're really feeling, but you were kind of insecure of how it's gonna make someone else feel. But let's keep reading. When we can see and be seen disarmored and trusting, we can come to deeper love. This deepening process can trigger the release of outdated and unhealthy patterns. Thus, shadows may be brought to the surface to heal. When we feel safe in the arms of our beloved, our differences yield, so we fall further into our hearts. However, fear based reflections or projections can surface in this place of deep vulnerability. Subconscious behaviors, including childhood patterning, can also present themselves. It can seem as if our partner is provoking difficulties, bringing things up, and making it feel like our whole world is about to fall apart. At this point, we might want to retreat, but if we can be truly present, our fears can fall away, and this becomes an expansive experience. Yeah, for sure. I feel like the energy, even though this may not be like a romantic partnership energy, it can be whatever, energy with any other relation, with you and any other human. I feel like there's definitely the energy of you needing to speak up and knowing that it's going to be growth for both of you, whether you part ways, whether you stay together and work it out, whether um, you you feel judged after, or whether you think you made them feel sad, because of what you expressed to them. Okay, let's see what else it says. When we have a profound twin flame connection that feels beyond worlds and lifetimes, we bond with the other person so strongly that we choose to face the fire when we would usually walk away. Our passion drives us to seek resolution, to heal ourselves, to overcome barriers, no matter how confronting it may seem, because our partnership is worth it. And when we can rise, we rise together. Somehow, incredibly, the universe seamlessly aligns the places the twin flames need healing. Their triggers might be synchronized so that when they feel uncentered or there is codependence or imbalance, it can be a very volatile space. If they find safety in love and they are willing to see and be seen, the triggers can blossom into deep transformative healing for them both. This healing can forge the foundations for long term companionship. Alternatively, this completion could mark an ending. As the intense potency of a connection neutralizes, the relationship may transform into a different kind of unconditional love. Yeah, some of you may just end up, for example, instead of romantic partners, as friends, as co-workers or as classmates. Um, I feel like also you might just be better. De lejitos mejor, ¿no? De lejitos nos va mejor, nos llevamos mejor. So That means when you're far away from these people, you have a better relationship. It transforms, right, to a more tolerable relationship because you just are not compatible in the frequency wise, and it just stresses you both out. So this might be the case with family, for example, coming in very strongly. Let's see, it says harmonic flash shows us that when we harmonize our energies with that of another in any form of relationship, we can soar to the sky. We can guide each other higher and higher by encouraging all that has been weighing us down to drop away. What you see in the eyes of another is a reflection of yourself. This card may be encouraging you to look at the bigger picture of a close relationship. A perceived challenge might be an illusion or projection. This can relate to family, teamwork, community, and ways you can harmonize dissonance for deeper growth. The bonds you share give you the power to transmute your fears. Put time and awareness into resolving karmic connections, or they will continue to play out. There might also be a life changing connection on the horizon. Yeah, for some of you, you might be meeting someone, you might be meeting a new team, you might be moving out, and just, starting from 0 point, meeting this new community. That might be the case for a lot of you, and just being able to recognize it. Yeah, that what plays out is what you probably are attracting right now with the energy that persists in your subconscious mind. That could be positive and that could be negative, if like the book says, if you haven't really resolved some childhood trauma, you haven't maybe fixed things with a lot of family members. And fixing things doesn't mean, being in contact, constant contact with them. I'm feeling like for a lot of you, you you've just had to part ways with your family because that made it healthier for both parties. Maybe you now can talk to your mother as a friend. Maybe you now can hang out with your father in a more chill way because you're not living with them, living under the stress of the things that they themselves must heal for themselves. And that in a way is healing both of you and all of your ancestral lineage at the same time across all dimensions. I feel like that is a way of healing. And even if you do not agree with some of their beliefs and ways, that slowly is going to be changing because they're going to be seeing how you're thriving, and they're just gonna, per law, it's gonna ripple, to what their lives even look like. And not to say that they're gonna be perfect for in your view, or that you're gonna love the way they live, but I think in a way, for example, there could be some key factor that is starting to spark the change in their hearts. Because you're doing your own thing and you do not worry anymore to try to make someone believe in your point of view anymore. So yeah, that could be rippling too to the new relationships that you attract. There for them to be more um harmonic here. Yeah. And I feel like even if you feel like you have a little bit of guilt or something, or shame for leaving behind some relationships, you will eventually just find your way to this more balanced of giving and receiving connections. And that's going to be just way deeper, way more meaningful, and it's just going to take all of your attention that way. Okay, so you don't need to worry about the shame and guilt. It will eventually transmute. Flickering flame, yes, it will eventually transmute. Flame does transmute. So let's see another card for you. I need to know for this new one eclipse. If I'm on the class. Good. Clearly, this is one. Alright, vulnerability. So then, yeah, there is a need to obviously speak in a way that you are not afraid to be seen, like that this card was saying right in the book. You do not feel afraid to be seen, to for someone to see you crying or for someone to see you just laughing, bursting your tummy out of laughter, and not being afraid of being judged as childish, for example. Those are the things that are coming through. Let's see. You might be feeling like you should withdraw. This is an opportunity to wait and regroup. You're in need of some rest and relaxation. You might be feeling overwhelmed. Take some much needed downtime. Taking your surroundings, notice the season and the changes that are taking place out in nature. Things are continually evolving. Think about the clouds you see in the sky. They are constantly moving, changing, and reshaping themselves. Allow yourself to connect with Mother Earth and nature in a deeper way. Align your rhythm with the heartbeat of the earth and slow down your thoughts and emotions. Trust that everything will work out. The signs that things work themselves out are all around you. Take notice. Yeah, there's something like, okay, you need to trust of what you're being guided to do right now, and you might want to ask your guides. Your guides can be nature, as this card is showing you. Your guides can be the new moon. You can maybe ask around the eclipse for you to see, have some clarity. We're not solar eclipse to bring in some clarity about things that you need to know. You may also want to just think about what is it that really soothes me down right now. I bath, just sleeping more, taking more naps, being in contact with just the outside world, the sounds of the birds, etc. Some of the things that are coming through, okay, for this new moon. Yeah, I think that there's an energy here with this Three of Pentacles to really regroup, like this card was saying right now. To really, maybe you're finding a new community, just finding new people that you can work with. Maybe you're finding new relationships to do new projects here with the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, there's some collaborations I see coming in for all of us around this new moon. Maybe sort of like a new class you're taking or like an apprenticeship coming. That yeah, everything will work out. Okay, you will get that thing that you want, whether it's a job, or whether it's just a class that you're trying to apply to, or something like that. This new home you're trying to apply to. I think I see it working out for you. Things work out themselves out. And I think you need to focus right now maybe on being in contact with your body more, your embodiment, and being in contact with nature. And like this book said about this card, just seeing how nature just works everything out in a collaboration, right? For things to grow, for flowers to grow, for our food to grow as well. But let's see. I think also you just need to be a little bit like more focused on your thoughts about you, because things are gonna work out. Okay, they will work out, and it doesn't matter how others try to input doubt in your or shame in you. Like I was saying, maybe there's some shame, cutting off some things that you need to cut off. But with this, there for sure will be rewards, and your hard work will pay off. Let me tell you. So there's some things to maybe journal this as an affirmation. Maybe just repeat it in just listen to this sort of affirmations as you're gonna fall asleep, because when you're gonna fall asleep, that's the time that you can be most persuaded in your subconscious and conscious. But yeah, let's see what we have here with animal deck. Okay, so we have the hawk. Oh yeah, there's definitely some time needed, downtime needed to be seeing everything into a bigger perspective, the bigger picture kind of thing. I feel like that. Um, let's read what it says. Watchful, all-seeing messenger of divinity. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you, and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly, though it may seem small or insignificant. It would eventually redirect your course. When in balance, sees clearly intuitive. When out of balance, sees too much, suspicious. To bring it into balance, perspective shift. Yeah, I think, yeah, maybe there's some things that you're thinking about speaking up, but I think overall, this new moon energy says that you are going to receive this through your mainly through your intuition, mainly through you affirming you want to receive clarity, mainly through seeing that you want to also receive these divine messages from a higher perspective, not from just what you're wondering, but from a higher perspective. Like, what's the best? Universe, show me what's the best option for me to grow and expand, and maybe inspire that in others, you know. But yeah, that's what's coming for this new moon. Let's just finish up with an affirmation. The journey of healing is never ending, and so is the love and dedication I have for myself. Tag that in. The journey of healing is never ending, and so is the love and dedication I have for myself. Yeah, I think there's some time needed to nurture yourself, balance your masculine and feminine. What you think will be balanced out when you are able to nurture your body and all of what you're feeling in your body from toe to head, for you to rest and take a nap without guilt, for you to be able to be more receptive to relationships are coming in for you that are wanting to collaborate and help you, maybe helping you out. Maybe this is multiple connections, not just one, or not just one romantic connection. Yeah, seeing everything from this higher perspective and this big picture, and you're gonna need to be paying attention to these messages from every detail, like it says, no matter how insignificant it may seem. So you might want to rest up so you can receive all of these downloads and be able to really take them in, because it might be a big load of information. Okay, and there's always going to be this work needed, as it says here. There's always this big dedication, right, to yourself, to your body, to your two aspects, shadow and light, and be able to really heal that in a way that is continuous, because it's a life's work, right? It's not like you heal and you're there and that's it. But it's also like a, like an ongoing I was just gonna say like the infinite, and here it is, like this infinite flow of energy that allows you to receive source energy all of the time and anchor it, you know okay, so I wish you all a great new moon, and revealing and clearing solar eclipse. And thank you so much for tuning in. See you later. Bye.